Hello there everybody, this is Graham, also known as the Collector75. Welcome back to another Transformers review. As you can see, I am doing the first wave of the original Decepticon Pretenders. Like I said in another review, though depending on which one I upload first, you might not have heard it. I don't know if these were separated into waves or whether they all just came out at the same time, but again, these three were the only ones we got in the UK. Which was a shame. Well, then again, I say a shame because I never actually bought any of them, really. Not because I didn't like them, but because obviously I was a little kid, didn't have the money. Anyway, let's move on. I do like these Pretenders. I remember I picked these up about 1994, 1995, when because I found a shop in Shepperton that he did old toys and stuff, and he always had people coming in selling them to him. So I picked these up. At first, I didn't like them. But now I think they're fantastic. I love SUBMARAUDER. I think he's these are great shells. I think the Decepticon ones look so much better than the Autobot ones, because the Autobot ones were just a lot like humans in armour or whatever. But the Decepticon ones, they could just go to town or make them alien-looking, mutant-looking. Even this one, look, he's supposed to be some sort of vampire. Brilliant. And this one, what's he? Some sort of devil thing? I don't know, but it's brilliant, and I really did like that. I love Bugley, I love Finback. Iguanus, not so much, but it's still good, it's still okay. But, absolutely brilliant. Even the Decepticon little mini ones, like Bludgeon and that, they're brilliant. And then by then, they figured out, then maybe they should do that. That's why the Autobot ones looked a little bit different. Like Doubleheader and Longtooth, but even them were a little bit not as good. Anyway, let's move on to these. These are some fantastic figures. We are going to start off with one of my faves. This is SUBMARAUDER. He is actually fantastic. Let me just adjust my camera just slightly. Well, I say adjust my camera, I'm actually adjusting the blue tack that I've got under the camera. Anyway, this is SUBMARAUDER. He's got a fantastic outer shell. I actually really like it. Some sort of shark mutant creature. It's probably something you would see in one of these old 50s B movies or something like that. I love the weapons that he's got. He's got this little armour bit here that you only use for the shell, which is pretty cool. Got this giant sword. And I love the hands. Let me take this gun out because I'm going to need that for the robot. But I love the hands. They're almost soft plastic. You can see it sort of moving, but they're actually, cause it's quite rigid, so it holds the weapons in. It can be a bit of a pain to get the weapons in, but it's brilliant. It does come with a belt, even though it's not used to hold the shell together, so I'm not quite sure why they just didn't make it moulded in. I don't know. Right, anyway, let's get this guy out. And here's SUBMARAUDER inside. I'm just going to put the shell back together. Put that over there. And so this is the robot form of SUBMARAUDER. Now I believe we have to turn him around. So we open out the arms, fold down his little feet, and that is SUBMARAUDER. And he's a very skinny looking, lanky sort of robot. You can put this gun in his hand, like that. And to be honest, he doesn't really do it for me in this mode, if I'm honest. The shell, I think they put all the effort into the shell. Yeah, the legs will do some sort of weird dance. Looks like he's on bloody South Park or something, to be honest with you. Yeah, and believe me, I don't think the alt mode gets a lot better. Right, to transform it, I can't really exactly remember what I'm supposed to do. Pretty obviously we're going to fold these legs around, but where the arms go, I'm not totally sure. I think the arms must go down there. These legs just fold around to the outside because there's nowhere else for them to go. This is going to go back of his head, and that is SUBMARAUDER in his submarine mode. It's got a little cockpit on the front there. It doesn't look that bad. Does it look like a submarine? You tell me. Why he's got a giant gun on the back, I don't know, unless it's some sort of propulsion system was supposed to be in this mode. I don't know, but it's okay. It's okay, but then again, it is one of those, it's that because we say it is sort of modes, isn't it, really? At the end of the day, it could be, they could have given it him, I think he's got the flying mode of this group. They could have said this is a flying ship for all, and we would have believed it. So anyway, that is SUBMARAUDER. We're going to go on now to Bombburst. Another one of my favourites, actually. It does look damn cool. I love the axe sort of thing that he's got going on in there. And this double-barreled gun. And I think the shell just looks amazing. I mean, loads of detail. Absolutely brilliant. Shame that they never put as much effort into the detail on the back. It's got loads of moulded detail, but nothing painted. I mean, always a shame. But I suppose they thought, well, no, I was going to really look at the back too much. Brilliant, though. Absolutely great. I'm going to take this gun out. Again, he's got those open sort of hands that are actually quite sharp on his fingers there. These little shoulder pads do come off, so you've got to be careful when you're looking for this guy. Make sure he's got the shoulder pads. Right, you can only use the axe in this mode, so we'll leave it in his hand. Again, he comes with a belt, but it's only used, well, it's not even used to hold the shell together, it's just there for decoration, really. Right, so we open this out. We're going to get bomb burst out. Close that back up. Put that over there. And here he is. Open out the arms. Fold down the little feet again. And, you know, he doesn't look too bad. Now, you're supposed to separate these guns. I'll just put them down there. Separate the guns, and then he's got his little ports just in there. There's a post on the gun. And he just sort of put that in there like that. Like that. Giving him almost like an original Seeker jet look, really, with the guns on his arms. Not too bad, if I'm honest. I do like the look of this one. He looks a lot better, probably mainly because of the guns on his arms. Not too bad. Anyway, let's transform it. If we take these off, they're going to go back on his arms. Which way around is it? Right, so this way, I think we fold these down like that. Nearly all got the same transformation. You fold out this little tail fin out the back of his head. This is going to rotate around to the bottom, or is it over the top? Well, maybe we keep the arms out. Yeah, we keep the arms out flat, don't we? There we go. Pull that little thing straight. Oh dear, I'm hungry. I don't know if you heard my stomach rumbling then. Right, so we put that gun back in there like that. And then this is this is bomb burst in his hover jet mode, because he's got some nice little fans in there for hovering. I believe it's like a VTOL jet. And it looks really good. It looks very Cybertronian, because these weren't supposed to have Earth modes at all, because the Pretenders were sort of created just after the Decepticons left the planet Nebulos, so they still had all their Cybertronian modes and everything. So it actually, for me, it works. I think this one really is cool. That's what I do like about the Pretenders. They weren't trying to be Earth modes, and so that did free up their constrictions on what they were supposed to look like. So you could say it's supposed to look like a bloody hover jet. But this one does. I do like it. Again, you could put a couple of wheels and it could be a ground sort of thing. Right, so let's move on to the last of these. This is, of course, SKULLGRIN. Now, in the comics, SKULLGRIN did get more airtime than any other Pretender. The Pretenders did actually feature in the Master Force series. It was only these three guys. The other, like Finback and that, didn't actually feature. But it was a strange cartoon, a great cartoon. Get the subtitled one though, not the dubbed one. The dubbed one is just fucking horrendous. It's actually not that bad. It's not as good as the others, I don't think. It's a shame because it's got this great big head, and now I believe this sort of grey bit around here is supposed to be sort of the bottom of the mouth. I'm not too sure, but it hasn't been painted in. I don't know whether it is not or not. I don't know. But it's not bad. It comes with this sword and everything, and this gun. Of course, does use in the other mode. Now, it does have, they all have movable arms and everything. I'll probably not show that off, but that's the only articulation you do get on these Pretenders. They do stand amazingly well, and they do look good. I don't care what anybody says. I like the Pretenders. Maybe not so much the inner robots so much, but the outer shells never usually went wrong with. I do like this little bit of detail on the back here, just for some random reason. Anyway, he does come with the only Pretender that has a working belt. Look, I don't know whether they're expecting him to get fatter or something, but he's got a couple of different notches on his belt. Find that quite amazing. I don't know why they did that, but there we go. Anyway, so you take his belt off, and that allows us to split the figure, and there is SKULLGRIN inside. I'm going to put that back over there. Just put his little belt down there. And then, so here we have, this is one of my favourite ones, actually, if I'm honest with you. Here we go. This is actually the Japanese version. He's actually called Daulos in Japan. I'll take a picture of the box. I don't have it handy at the moment, and I'll put it at the end because it's quite a cool box. Yeah, this is the Japanese one. I did have an ordinary one, but it wasn't complete, and I believe one of the guns was broken. But I picked this one up. It's quite cheap, actually. It cost me about 20 quid, 20 or 30 quid. Don't know, 10 years ago. God, no, probably longer than that ago. Probably from that guy in Shepparton. And it actually looks... he actually looks all right in this mode. And then what you do is you take these apart. I've just got to be careful, because this is where my one was broken on my original one. Right, so you take these apart, and then what you do is you put these in his little hands, like that. And like that, if you're going. And then he's got his little, he's heavily armed, nice little heavily armed guy. Looks pretty good. I just wish they'd done something with the eyes. Never mind. And he's all right. He's not too bad actually in this mode. He's one of my better looking ones. Going to transform him into now his ground tank mode, which isn't that bad. Again, it's good. What you do is you can flip out these little hands around like that. These are going to form some guns. And you can leave them like this in robot mode as well, really. Pretty cool. Right, so we're going to come around now like that. Flip the arms over. These are going to come some forward cannons. Flip the little feet down. Fucking hell, I hate these bloody things. I can't remember always the right order which you're supposed to do everything in. Right, so then you flip them down. Get the little guns back, sort of looking okay. And as you can see, he's got some tracks there. Now then, these... go where he's got a nice little big tab there. That will go into there like that, and again the same on this side, like that. Get them roughly looking right. There we go. And that is, oh, there we go. That is SKULLGRIN in his tank mode, and it doesn't look too bad if I'm honest. I do like it. It does roll, not too well on this glass table. But it does roll, and it's all right. I mean, you can move these arms around to give them a little, to give the guns extra movement. They'll move in there as well, which is pretty cool. It does look pretty okay. I mean, again, it's supposed to be some sort of Cybertronian tank, but for me, it's all right. They didn't make no effort to hide the head or nothing, but it works for me. Right, so this has been Graham, the Collector 75, with the original first wave, Decepticon Pretenders. I'll see you all next time. Bye for now.